Doing to make the ball movement such a struggle today? I think only one guy on the team had multiple assists. What helped them defensively to kind of hinder you guys moving the basketball around?
I'd probably say we were trying to take advantage of matchups. I would say they had their bigger guy on one of our smaller guys most of the time when we was trying to, dribble and not, do what we usually do, kicking the ball. But I feel like our guards felt like they had advantages on the bigs, and they tried to exploit that.
Right towards the stretch of the second half there, it looked like they just kind of wore you down a little bit, with the bigs, with Filipowski, with Young. What do you think it kind of attributed to them making that huge run there late in the second half?
Just all rebounding, honestly. They abused us on the glass. I don't got the numbers in front of me, but I just know that them two guys made a huge difference on the rebounding aspect of the game. And they came in with that mindset that they wanted to go get every rebound. That's what it looked like, and that's what they did.
Just in the last couple games, you guys have been outscored in the paint a lot. You guys have been out-rebounded. As a guard, as a veteran guy, what can your backcourt do to help your younger guys down low who are kind of going through it right now?
Just gonna grab the ball. They out there, they fighting. They fighting as hard as they can. So I feel like as a guard, an older guy, just gotta go down there, get my nose in there, get more rebounds that's loose. I think that'll help our team.
How do you keep composed in the second half there when Duke makes that little bit of run? You held them off for a bit, but then things kind of just opened up. How do you keep composure throughout those middle parts of that strong run they made?
You just got to focus on the next play. And you got to stay neutral. You can't get too high, too low, because this is a game of runs, so you never know what play can turn into the next run for the next team. So you just can't let the moment get too big, and you just got to remain neutral.
When you talk about remaining neutral, a week ago, it felt like everyone was on cloud nine attached to Pitt basketball after those back-to-back wins. You now have back-to-back losses. How hard is it with younger guys on this team to, I'm sure it's easier for you as a vet who's been around the block a couple times, but for the younger guys, how do you remind them, hey, it's a long season, there's going to be a lot of highs and lows?
Just got to talk to them on a daily basis, It's a marathon, not a sprint. And me being an older guy, I know that. I've been through it. We got other older guys that's in our locker room as well, so the one thing we got to do is just stick with it, Like I said, remain neutral. Like you said, we was on cloud nine. Not really, though. We was neutral. Everybody else was on cloud nine. Right now, we done lost 2, but I still think we neutral. So I feel like we just got to go out there, get ready, get ready for practice, and learn from the tape. That's it.
Right, you're 3-2 over these last 5. 2 of those wins against ranked teams. Of course, you keep close with another ranked team tonight. What is this last stretch, going back to maybe that?
Thanks for sticking around, JB.
Thanks, JB.
Yeah, of course.
Appreciate it. JB, just first off, what did it mean to have your family here to be back in your home state playing?
Yeah, it meant a lot, to have that support, especially in a hostile environment. Just meant a lot.
Can you, you just said hostile environment. What's it like to play, in this building as someone who grew up in North Carolina? And I'm not sure if you're a Duke fan or not. I'm pretty confident you're not one now. But, what was it like for you to play in this building today with this kind of crowd?
Yeah, I would just say it's an unbelievable opportunity. Growing up in North Carolina, you see it on TV, but, to be a part of the game too. Enjoy the atmosphere as a competitor, it's a pretty good environment.
Guys are up 11 at the half. What changes in the second half?
I just feel like they went on a run. We couldn't really we didn't capitalize on some of our opportunities on the offensive end, whether that was getting to the free throw line a few times, including myself, getting in the lane, just turning the ball over. We just didn't, capitalize on our opportunities.
JB, 3-2 in this last stretch. You win over 2 ranked opponents. You win at Syracuse. What does that teach you guys about maybe yourselves, and then how could you use that going forward for the rest of the ACC?
Yeah, I would say that this stretch has just taught us that, this is a competitive league. We got to take care of what we can take care of. That's rebounding. That's getting more 50-50 balls in them. That's understanding scouting report. That's a lot of things. So for us, we just got to get back to Pittsburgh and get back to the drawing board.
Buckets have been hard to come by in the second half for your last 2 games for you guys. What's going on there? How do you improve, getting better looks at the hoop?
Yeah, I would say that at times we've gotten looks, especially in our last game, we just didn't capitalize. So for us, we just got to continue to keep the ball moving, continue to play with pace. I feel like we slow the ball down sometimes, and it affects our rhythm. So for us, we just got to continue to play with that same sense of urgency that we had when we were up. we were up, we were moving the ball, we were getting downhill, we were making plays, and then in those stretches where we don't score, the tempo was down a little bit, and it just hasn't worked to our advantage.
Why does that tempo go? Why does that tempo? Why does that tempo falter? Is it fatigue? Is it just a change in strategy?
I don't think it's fatigue. It just has a lot to do with getting stops. When you're fouling like we have in the second half, putting them on the line, it's hard to push it. You're taking the ball out of the rim every single time, so that affects our transition, our ability to get downhill and play fast how we played in the first half, and how we built the lead.
You're at Georgia Tech Saturday. What's the focus going into that game?
Yeah, the focus is just for us to lock in on the things that we can control and, go out there and play hard. This game is definitely a learning experience for us, and we can take it to Georgia Tech.
JB, this isn't a question about the game. I wanted to ask, John hasn't been around, but he's still been at every practice. Aside from today from an illness, he's on the bench at every game.
Right.
What's it mean to you as an older guy to see someone that committed despite going through his own stuff like that?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, he's very committed despite, the things that he's battling and going through. And for me, as his teammate, as his brother, I just continue to support him and encourage him to continue to run his own race. And obviously, we miss him. He's a big piece to what we can do, but we're still have to encourage him, as he continues to take his time to rehab and do what he has to do.